Kissing cousins used to be a subject of laughter, but now, with its growth in modern British society, there is a push to ban cousin marriages. Cousin marriages have long been a taboo. About 1 in 25,000 marriages are to a cousin. For 1,000 years, the embarrassment of admitting you were overly familiar with your cousin was enough to limit this practice. Really, it was for royals. The Habsburgs bred between cousins for generations and developed the Habsburg jaw. Prince Philip of Spain, in the thumbnail, was so inbred that his parents were his cousins, his father was his uncle, and his mother was also his aunt. But surprise, surprise, he had such an enlarged tongue that he could not speak until he was 8. Most of his family had the Habsburg jaw as a result of this inbreeding, which caused a whole series of health issues. The Egyptian pharaohs, they were intermarried for over 1,000 years, and they went beyond just cousins. The pharaoh Akhenaten, in the thumbnail as well, had statues which made him look almost like an alien. His stretched face, his odd eyes, his rather bizarre waistline. And there are 2 theories on this. One is that they wanted people to see statues and to see him and his wife appearing different to the peasants. They were above everyone else, they were evolved to a different form. The other is that he was disfigured by inbreeding. Ashkenazi Jews are more likely to have married cousins over the last generations. They're also more likely to develop breast cancer because of these cousin marriages. It's pretty easy to argue that cousin marriages are a bad idea. It's never been illegal in the UK because it didn't need to be. It's self-policed. In an age where the majority of people have fairly open-minded sex lives, it's a truly exotic person who will brag that they thought of sleeping with their cousin. Even more so that they've actually done it. If you invited your family, friends and work colleagues to your wedding, and the bride was your first cousin, it will be mentioned more than once, and not just in the best man's speech. But we have hundreds of thousands of married cousins in the UK now, and a lot more offspring from these unions. And everyone who watches this video pays for the special healthcare needs of the offsprings of these cousin marriages. Last year we were told by the media that ethnic minorities were more likely to have miscarriages and informed that it was evidence of racism. But what is actually happening is the practice of cousin marriages amongst British Pakistanis is growing, not declining. 50% of Pakistani children in British schools today are born from cousin marriages, and in many of these cases, their parents were cousins. We're often told that people who are born and raised in the UK adopt a Western life, but cousin marriage rates are higher in the UK amongst some groups than they were in their grandparents' country. If a woman was to be found drunk at 8 months pregnant, then social services would be called. When we regulate and enforce behaviour and guard against those behaviours which are deemed to be inappropriate or harmful to society, should we be tacitly encouraging cousin marriages, second wives? No. Yet we find ourselves allowing tens of thousands of cousin spouses to enter the UK and have a special rate of benefits for second and third wives.